Hey everybody, welcome back. I think we're still without Jason tonight. I can't remember when exactly Jason's coming back. I think he's coming back this weekend at some point. So we'll be rolling solo again tonight, trying out some more jack of all trades builds. It might be all recon. We'll see. We'll see if we can play 2 or 3 more games today. I would like to try Tom again. That's matchup dependent. But I did have some success with Tom, and I think he's another good jack user. See, just kind of who's dominating in general in this patch. Jinx, Jen, Samira. As far as PBI, there's not a lot that has a really high win rate, which is good. I mean, it means the game's fairly balanced, or reasonably balanced, I should say. With that hot nerf, it's still a lot of AP junglers, but now they're all like 51, 52%. Now you're seeing a little bit more come in there. We got some Xin Zhao, Rek'Sai, Shaco, so some AD is coming back in. So it's still like Karthus, Lilia, Talia, but the other stuff is in there. I did think Brand would be a little bit better. Skill Caps was talking about Brand being really good, but he did get nerfed several times in the jungle a few patches ago, and I can't remember what all of those nerfs were. Hey, what's up, Iwa? Remember if I sent out that or not, but Heimer top? I haven't seen that in a hot minute. So he's going that Udyr, so we're not going to ban Udyr. I still think banning Jinx is probably a good idea if our ADC doesn't want it. I haven't had my ADC play Jinx in a while.
Come on.
People just don't like playing her, I guess. She is a little generic, but mid, I don't particularly care that much. I guess Akshan's pretty good mid. Yeah, no like real outliers here. What about support? Leona's at 52. We could try a Leona game too, but yeah, a lot of engaged champs, highest PBI. That's pretty interesting. The engaged champs are over the enchanters on PBI now. I mean, I guess they're often picked more than enchanters. It's just a question of do they have a higher win rate, and it looks like yeah. That I don't remember the last time I've seen that. Where the top end, usually high win rate enchanters. I don't remember Janna ever being in 50s. 50, 51 on Sona, and then like Leona. Actually, I mean, I do remember very, very few metas where Leona was higher. When she was like turbo broken, when I think when season 8, maybe it was 9. It was soon after the Ardent Sensor got nerfed. Leona had like a 54% win rate or something. But that is very odd. Hey, what's up, Sammy? Do we just go for... I mean, this would be a good Leona lane. But I think I'll still just do Recon.
Let's dance.
It's because we can kind of heal through the Brand poke a little bit better. They're almost all AD except for Brand. Brand is enough AP where we probably have to respect it. I mean, we're going to get... How you doing, Sammy? Welcome back, Leona. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot you were a super Leona fan. She's good right now. Maybe I'll try a game with her on the other account. No guarantees. A little bit, but... How low are we that I get Heimer Rakan? Why is Rakan getting lumped in with Heimer? Rakan's good. I would think brand support would be more indicative of lower elo. I mean, maybe there are bad Rakans out there. On Rakan, what am I building on Rakan or Leona? So Rakan, so I talked about this in my support tier list, so it's kind of complicated, but like basically there's a new rune, Inspiration. Are you asking about Leona or Rakan? Oh, Rakan, yeah. So there's a new rune called Jack of All Trades in the Inspiration tree. And it basically says if you get 5 different stats, then it gives you 10 AP and 5 ability haste. If you get 10 different stats, and it's only stats on items. Not every stat counts, but most stats count towards the 10. Like gold per 10 doesn't count. But most stats do. Not like unique passives or anything. It has to be an actual stat on the item. I could pull up, I've got a little sheet here in a second where I was kind of working out the different builds. But if you get 10 different stats, you get 25 AP and 10 ability haste, which is worth about 1,000 gold. You can get it, Rakan so far I think is the best one for getting that item. You can get it with your opening support item, Mercury Treads, Glacial Shroud, which is a 900 gold item, and an AP component. So either Dark Seal or Amp Tone. And boom, you got it. So you can get it really quickly in the game. And you can get the 10 AP plus 5 ability haste on your first back, which is boots plus Null Magic Mantle plus your World Atlas. Other ways you can get that, the other fastest way I've seen it is Rush Ardent Censer, and then either get a cloth armor or a glowing moat, and that will get it quickly. There are other there are other options, but those are kind of the fastest ones to get it. If you do Locket or Zeke's, you have to get Mercury Treads with all of these builds, which is fine because that's what I get on Rakan 90% of the time anyways. The Mercury Treads are important because they give you the stat Tenacity, which is really hard to get and doesn't show up on other items. And Magic Resist is also somewhat rare. Like there are, I guess Magic Resist is not that rare, but it's really the Tenacity that's the big deal. But you can get Locket or Zeke's. They just changed around Zeke's stats to where it basically has the same stats as Locket. A little bit more HP, a little bit less resistances, but basically the same thing. So you can get either Zeke's or Locket. Now they might be in this bush, which is going to be annoying, but hopefully not. And if you do that, then you have to get Aether Wisp for the ability power and the movement speed. So that's kind of a little bit of a weirder build. You can also do Staff of Flowing Water plus a cloth armor. God, he's gonna fucking die, isn't he?
Ready to surrender yet?
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh my god.
As expected.
Dude got hit by a stun with all of his sums. Like, what do you want? Well, if he stays disconnected, we might be able to remake. We get like an early surrender at 3. I don't know how that works. I think they have to, like, not leave the fountain, though. So we might have to wait till 15. Oh my god, am I dead?
I am bad because I'm free, and I am free because I'm bad.
God. I can't even... I can't even buy anything here, I don't think. I guess I could get a glowing moat.
I dance to the beat. The beat of darkness.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we get refunded a little bit.
Has been slain.
Like, how does this dude function?
Doing my thing.
How do you get out of, like, bronze or, like, not get banned? Maybe he's just having a bad day. And it doesn't happen a lot. Oh, here we go.
Doing the right thing was boring. I'm way more fun now.
Yeah, but how is he in platinum? Or whatever this is matched at. Okay. So he gets punished instantly. And now I get 2 autofill protected games. I mean, I'm already kind of autofill protected, but... And we only lost 8. Okay. So it effectively gave us back 10. That's nice. I like that. So, like, it feels like it's a total waste of time, and dude's, like, super, you know, D-bag. But hopefully, you know, he gets either temp banned or, you know, something like that. Especially if he does this fairly often. The fact that it just, like, insta-banned him like that on somebody who left, I don't know that I've ever seen that. So that tells me this dude's probably done this at least a couple of times. I don't know. I mean, like, that guy's obvious where he typed something and disappeared, but, like, sometimes legit people, their internet just goes out, like, they, you know, whatever. I've had that happen before. It's rare, but it does happen. So I don't think, you know, if it happens, like, 3 times in 30 days or something like that, they probably take a lot of stuff into account. But, permas are tough. He already got issued a penalty, but we'll just go ahead and throw that on there too. They think I'm like a 50-year-old or a woman or something. I don't know. Like, got bone loss stuff. We had like some kind of menstrual products. Gas X. I don't know what's what's going on. This something's amiss. I think it's confused. I did upload a new tier list. I can pull it up, the actual list here. But yeah, the video is up there. It's a pretty long one. The first like hour or so of the video is just me talking about stuff in the patch notes that affects support role. But this was pretty much what I had. Rakan, Blitz, Leona, Sona, and then Nautilus, Melio. It's pretty balanced, as we saw from just looking at the win rate here. There's not really one class of champ that super sticks out. Like, Leona's doing pretty well, but she's only like 52. But a lot of these highest pick ban influence champs are between 50 and like 52. So this is actually some of the most balanced I've ever seen it. Tom Kinch is actually kind of high, but he's a low play rate. Yeah, all Draven had to do was just not get stunned. Like, we're not going to get level 2 in that lane against Caitlyn and Brand. So just let me sit there and just trade with the Brands. And just don't get stunned. Don't get all in at level 2. Like, it's easy. If you get caught out like that, if he's going to hit you with the Q, just flash it. But, I mean, he's obviously, like, just a super weak mental player. He was already tilted before he even played the game.
Let's dance.
Where did I put... See, I don't even have Shin on there. Shin's been so far out of the meta. I didn't even listen. Honestly, he's probably playable. He's probably in, like, B tier. I just didn't put him there. I think you can play him. I haven't seen Shin support in, like, a really long time. But, I mean, he does have a stun. Like, his ult is still cool. Like, well, you know what? We'll put him up there for you, Sammy. Here we go. He's been sort of off meta even in top lane. He did get some sort of similar buffs recently. But this is the rune page I'm running here. Yeah. So, no hate. They think I'm a Karen. I guess so, yeah. I just haven't seen him. But, I mean, it doesn't mean that he's not playable. I can't remember what they nerfed about him. I think it's just like his stun is somewhat conditional. He doesn't have a ton of threat early, but if you can, you know, use that ult to help out other lanes really well, or like put it on like a really good assassin engage or something like a Rengar with a Shin shield on him. I wish they would make it like a better proactive shield. They took that away a long time ago, but like, so I think where it's a bigger shield if they're lower health or something. But at the same time, honestly, I kind of don't want them to buff Shin because he's really annoying to play against when he's meta top lane as an engage support. He just kind of ruins a lot of your engages. So personally, I'm okay if he's not in the meta, but it's nothing against Shin himself as far as like actually playing Shin. It's just playing against Shin. I'd rather not. First strike, cashback, jack of all trades, and ARAM. Oh, I don't know about ARAM, but yeah, Jack's really good on Rakan. I haven't tried it on other champs. Any champ that can get glacial Mercury Treads, glacial shrouds, and doesn't mind getting like a dark seal in there, if they have like okay AP ratios, I think can really abuse Jack. Or enchanters that don't mind Mercury Treads and can go Ardent Censer are also pretty good with it. So I think those are kind of your best bets. Rakan's probably one of the best tanks that uses AP. Engage champs that uses AP. Yeah, I imagine like Sona, Lulu. I don't know, Sona has to get tier. Sona's a little weird, but like Lulu, Melio, stuff like that with like a Jinx or an Aphelios or something else that's Twitch. Something else that really wants Ardent Censer. Oh, Ezreal. Okay, we'll see if Ezreal's even viable right now. But yeah, people have to understand, you're not going to get level 2 with Rakan most of the time on a wave because he's basically melee. And he doesn't have anything that does wave clear at all. Like, you got, I guess you could W the wave level 1. Maybe I should do that more often. Honestly, because most lanes can't really fight back.
Thanks, Riku. Real cool.
Well, that's brutal. What can I even get? Glowing moat, I guess? Maybe? He just got E'd twice. And he took Ghost instead of heal.
How do the Star Guardians see anything? Their sparkles are so darn sparkly.
I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to disengage there. Like, I think it was the right play to punish her for using her Q on the ward to kill it. I did like 50% of her health to start. All he had to do is just, like, not get E'd or kite better. I mean, yeah, I think Ezreal used heal too. Heal is so important for all ends level 2. But yeah, maybe level 1 I really should be taking W and just open with a W on the wave just to push it. To make sure we get to level 2. As long as they don't have a very strong level 1. Because I usually open with just trying to trade with the support, just hitting Qs and healing through it, but maybe that's not it. Man, this Ezreal's popping, dude. He's doing some fucking damage. Okay, now I've got my E. And they've got a huge-ass wave fighting them. Ezreal's taking a lot of minion damage right there.
Embrace the crazy.
I mean, Leona is very good at level 2. God. Why is Ezreal doing so much damage? What is happening?
Self-control is for star nerds. I choose fun.
Please tell me he doesn't get away with that. Please tell me he doesn't. Fight him! Auto attack him! Dude, I'm gonna have a stroke.
Can't kill evil, but you can wear it like a sweet cloak.
My God. He dropped like 2 auto attacks trying to run. It's like, dude, you're not running out of that. This dude's already tilted. I mean, I'm kind of tilted. This guy's like... Oh, man, it's a rough night here.
Desolate planet, I realized something. I don't like being alone. Oh, spiky space squids are the worst.
Guess I'm partially used to Guardian blocking some of this damage as well, which is why it feels like it's a lot.
Living the dream. The dream of darkness.
Does he? I don't know. I feel like Aphelios should do more damage. I mean, if Ezreal hits everything, I guess.
I don't apologize for doing my thing.
Leona's gonna come out at bush, probably. Did she kill him? Trade? Okay. That's fine. She got the kill after... after she died too, so she gets those 2 stacks, which is cool. Now Fiddle's just gonna camp bottom. What was that? Oh. Up top. Guess we'll just get null magic here. I mean, he's really fed, but it is just Ezreal, you know, quote unquote. He's got 5 now. But we do get a shutdown if we ever kill him, and he's probably going to get outscaled. See, now he's not, feels like he's not doing nearly as much now. So he's not going to be able to, like, the Sheen stuff is bad now. What? God, can't believe he juked back and, like, doing so many illegal things. Things that he shouldn't be able to get away with. Do not walk up to that bush. Holy shit.
I'm wasting fun now. Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
She gonna get him? Nice, and Cat got the shutdown too. That's glorious. We gotta watch out for Fiddle. Quinn's gonna roll up. He's gonna try to push. Yeah. Why are we staying to push this versus a Quinn? Like, so stupid. I should have just left. I should have just left him to die. It's like Quinn's one of the fastest champs in the game at roaming, and we're sitting here trying to push a non-cannon wave in. Alright, well, at least Cat got shutdown gold. We're not worth that much gold because we died so much.
It's that the light inside me died.
So it looks bad being down 6 kills, but it could be worse. Oh my god. She's still fucking here. I mean, I saw Leona going over there to clear my pink. I didn't think she'd still be there. Or that, like, I just wasn't expecting Quinn. I was like, okay, if it's Leona 2v2 between towers, we can probably deal with that, but not with Quinn staying. The solo queue El Clasico.
An enemy has been slain.
Does he have any items yet? Shit! Come here! Okay, nice, we got him. He almost got away. This guy.
I do danger.
God damn it, I swear to God. Don't learn the lesson. I mean, I learned the lesson, so I got the hell out of there and didn't die this time, but
Darkness need a break.
I'm gonna get a Dark Seal, which seems kind of troll with how much we're feeding down here, but that's just what I need to do to complete Jack of all trades.
Safety is boring.
It's still worth it, even at 0. Okay. Well, she got a kill, but we got a shutdown gold.
Shut down.
I mean, they were going to get that tower anyway, so the fact that
I love
he just got a bunch of gold out of it is nice. Leona's balling. She's doing pretty well. I mean, it's really like kind of us fucking up. Leona, I always say this, like, Leona looks really good when you're far ahead. No, dude, please. Please, dude. We just had this conversation. Fucking dumb, man. Like, literally, I just said it.
An ally has been slain.
Hopefully he's not in, like, spite mode. Like, this guy said something reasonable. But F him. I'm gonna do what I want. I think at least 3 of these kills, possibly 4, have been Quinn roaming. She got 1 off of me on the roam down when I pushed up 2. So I'm part of the problem, but one of those, like, getting killed once is bad, getting killed 3 or 4 times is ridiculous by the exact same play that's 100% avoidable. Dude, she's coming, bro.
Life sucks without Zaya, but it is less complicated.
Please, dude. And I got baited into trying to help him. It was too late. It's like Tryndamere and Katarina can carry this. This literally, I mean, it feels like I'm in bronze right now, I'll be honest with you. I should not have been caught there. But it's like, this is like the 5th time. And I don't think this guy's, like, purposely inting. I might be wrong. I think he's just actually that bad. No, Jack of all trades is good for enchanters, I think. It depends on what your team needs, but if you can go Ardent Censer and Glowing Moat, that gives you all the Jack stacks. So I think that enchanters are some of the best champs to do it. Tanks that can use AP a little bit, who can get like Dark Seal, are worth. Alright, please, just fucking Quinn is a champion. She's in this game. You've seen her 20 times. Just please don't push the tower. You cannot 1v1 her right now. Okay, at least she went for me instead of him. I need the healing. It's a little troll, but
Self-control is for starters. I choose fun.
oh my god, there's no way. Dude, is he gonna literally chase her under tower to die? Literally runs under tower, doesn't even get her. I just got it. so fast with Ghostblade. I can't get all the stacks. What do you mean?
Danger brings out my bats.
You have to do Mercury Treads. If you do Ionians, it's almost impossible. That could be one of the issues. Has to specifically be Mercury Treads because you get tenacity, and they don't cannibalize other options. We just not going, Katarina? I guess Fiddlesticks is there. I mean, she has no defense. I feel like Kat could have deleted her. Am I wrong? Like, maybe she's afraid of the Leona CC.
Can't kill evil, but you can wear it.
I don't think you can go Steel Caps either. Steel Caps are only going to give you 2 spots. Like, the thing that's special about Mercury Treads is it gives you tenacity that you can't really get any other reasonable way as a support.
I only believe in myself.
And Magic Resist is also... You can get it as a support, but it's easier to get armor. Specifically on Glacial, because Glacial has 3 stats on it. Mana is also a weird stat now that's hard to get on support. Flat mana.
Except for my hair.
An ally has been slain.
So that's why Glacial in particular is pretty good. But yeah, if you do Mercury Treads and you have to fully complete, or yeah, at least you have to get both components of the Ardent Censer, and at that point you might as well complete it.
Doing the right thing was
So you have to get a completed Ardent Censer, and then you can get either Cloth Armor or Glowing Moat. And you'll complete it, I think.
Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
She's gonna... You're walking right into her, dude. Not you. We needed the other person. Okay. Hey, what's up, Obi? Obi John Kenobi. Is this John? Oh, why are Legos so expensive?
An enemy is legendary.
Steel Caps can be good, but... yeah, it only gives you 2 stats, and it uses armor, so you can't... Like, Glacial is a lot less valuable. It did just get nerfed. Yeah, it's okay, but if you really want the armor, like, you probably are getting Frozen Heart anyways, first item, with Glacial, so... It's not as needed. I think Mercury Treads is like 9 times out of 10 what you want on most tanks. The supports, at least. Especially after the changes. Okay, do they throw it Baron? Katarina cleans him up?
Enemy double kill.
Oh my god. I mean, she's got 3.5 items, though, at 21 minutes, so I'm not shocked. It's just like straight out of bronze, man. Just get roamed on, bottom lane. After a kill, it's not even like we're in the middle of a fight and she rolls up in an extended trade. It's literally just pushing, over pushing on a champion that you know 100% is gonna roam. That's like her whole thing. And she's already done it to you once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. I mean, he might be trolling. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like he's trying. Like I said, I've died too many times to it. I died once to the Quinn thing. I tried to run up, I guess twice. Two stupid deaths. Once getting roamed on, once trying to clean up the kill with him. You're stuck at 9. Are you doing it in the practice tool? It's possible I'm wrong about something in this calculator. I can test it after this in the practice tool. Oh my god, I got interrupted. That's rough. We should have won the level 2. Well, I guess I was gonna say this game is quick, but this one's not that quick. My god, these aren't even like games. At least I had a bad game. It feels bad if you lose and like you have a good game, but if you personally have a bad game, it's like, alright. Like, I didn't play that great. Which, this is not a good game. It's kind of hard not to die to Quinn when she's like this fed if you're anywhere on the map, but... But I definitely could have not died. What do you mean, try static shiv on who? Nah, I mean, I was building like almost the best items you could get, again, like, other than like steel caps or whatever against Quinn, but I don't think it would have mattered. I would have died anyways. I mean, I had a good sequence with Kat when she came down and got to clean up on Ezreal. I think we were in an okay place. But then, ADC just like does not understand. You cannot push that up that much when Quinn starts roaming. Okay, let me test these out in the practice just real quick. I'll show you guys the jack of all trades. Let me pull up the sheet here. I think my jack of all trades is in here. I'm trying to remember where I put it though. Oh, 1410 thought. Yeah, here we go. So these were the different combinations that I came up with that should work. Glacial Shroud. So you have to go Atlas plus Mercury Treads. Glacial Shroud plus Tome or Dark Seal. So something with AP or Moonplate. But Moonplate's kind of a ripoff because you get the percentage movement speed there. Or Idle. Because that gives you plus healing and shielding. So one of these things. The fastest way is with Tome or Dark Seal because it's just single component versus these have 2 components. Locket plus Wisp. Zeke plus Wisp. Ardent Sensor plus Moat or Cloth Armor. Staff of Flowing Water plus Cloth or Aether Wisp. Shirelia's plus Idol or Shirelia's plus Cloth Armor. On Rakan, you can try Malignants like Lost Chapter plus Cloth Armor or Wisp. Or if you are an ADC or like an AD support that goes or can go Mercury Treads, a Senna, a Pike, that type of thing, you could do Umbral Glaive plus Dagger. And there are some other combos too. But let me see here. Let's do this super fast.
Let's dance.
Yeah, we just basically didn't get to play the game for the first 2 games faded, so no big deal. The second one I made a couple of mistakes, like our ADC just died 12 times. Just kept running into them. The first game, our Draven got first blooded from a mistake he made bottom lane, getting stunned at level 2, and then just left the game. At least we got to surrender that one at 4 minutes and only lose half LP. Okay, so we've got Jack of all trades here. So if you get Atlas, it gives you 3 stacks. Gold per 10 doesn't count, but the other 3 stats count. That's health, health regen, mana regen. Then boots. Okay. Boots give you a stack. Mercury Shreds gives you 3 because tenacity counts. So magic resist, flat movement speed, tenacity. Okay, so now we've got 6. Alright. Glacial Shroud has armor, mana, ability haste. That's 3. So that's 9. And the one that you're missing here is mana. So that can either be Amplifying Tome or even more efficient, Dark Seal for 350. And you get a little bit of health, so a little bit extra survivability. And if you get stacks, that's a bonus. That's great. But this item's like super gold efficient. So if you don't want to build anything out of Amp Tome, if you just want to continue building tank items, then you can just go Dark Seal. And that'll give you the 10. Okay, so that's the one that I do most of the time, that's most common. Okay, other things you can do, supposedly, and I haven't tested these on here, but this should work, is you can go, so you've got these 6 right here. Ardent Sensor, so this gives you ability power, heal and shield power, and movement speed. Those are 3 new ones. Remember, we've already got mana regen from our support item. So that one doesn't count. So this should give us 3. Okay, so that's 9. You have 2 options after that. You can either do a cloth armor, or if you're thinking enchanter, you can do glowing moat, because Ardent Sensor doesn't have ability haste on it. None of these things have ability haste. So if you want to keep going enchanter, after you get Ardent Sensor, let's say you want to go like Redemption, you can just, well, you'd have to get Forbidden, no, you can get it. Glowing moat. And that gives you 10. So if you want to go Ardent Sensor plus Glowing Moat, that gets it. You can also get a Cloth Armor. That'll get it. But if you're thinking pure Enchanter, you can do Glowing Moat into a wide variety of things. Moonstone, Redemption, all of these things. Mikhail's, any of these Glowing Moat builds into. It probably builds into way more than that too. Yeah, anything that has ability haste on it. Another option is, that's fairly common you can do, is Shirelia's. And this one's going to give us ability power, ability haste, and movement speed. So you'd have to go, I believe, Forbidden Idol for the plus healing and shielding on this one. And that should give it to you. So that gives you 10. Can also get Staff of Flowing Water as an opener. So Staff, and then I think you need Aether Wisp for the movement speed. And that'll give you 10. And Cloth Armor works with any of the Enchanter items too, if you just want to build a cloth, which it is kind of out of your way. But other popular kind of tanky builds, you can go Locket, but this is only going to give you 8, because Locket, you've already got health, and you've already got magic resist from your boots, so you're only getting armor and ability haste here. So you have to get like Aether Wisp after Locket, which is kind of weird on most tanks. So, but this gives you ability power and percentage movement speed. You can also do the same thing with Zeke's. So it's a little weird. You can turn the Aether Wisp into a Shirelia's or something. Really, that's the only viable thing you can probably get it on. So that's a little weird on tanks. Knight's Vow, I guess, would be similar. So you could do Knight's Vow plus Aether Wisp too, because you're going to get armor plus ability haste, because you've already got the MR on it. Echoes would only give you 8. So if you go something like Echo's Rush, I'm not sure. But like the easiest thing for enchanters is just Ardent Censer and then Glowing Moat. No, these are 10 stacks. I'm showing you different combinations to get 10 stacks. So I'm telling you that Locket, like, the number one things that I recommend, Glacial Buckler and Ardent Censer give you 9 after you purchase those. Then you just need a small component to complete it. So with Glacial Buckler, you only need 1 AP item to get to 10. Or with Ardent Censer, you only need a Glowing Moat, which is 250 gold to get to it. Right? But I'm just giving you the other options too. Most of the other options require... Well, Shirelia's you can get it with Cloth Armor as a small component. But most of these other popular ones like Locket and Zeke's require you to get a complex item. So require you to get Aether Wisp for 2 things, which is Amp Tome and Aether. So that's 850 gold. So it's just more expensive. So you have to complete this item and get Aether Wisp to get it. So that's basically 3,000 gold on top of your boots to unlock it. Versus Glacial Buckler plus Dark Seal is only 1,300 gold. So it just comes online a lot later. So it's ideal if you get those stats early, because 25 AP early is super good. But still getting them at 1.5 items is still really good too. Moonstone, Helia, Dawn. Probably not. So, let's see. You have to get at least a couple of weird stats in there. So the stats that are weird, that are kind of tricky to get, are flat mana, percentage movement speed, and healing and shielding power. Those are the things that don't show up that often. So you said you had Mercs plus Helia, Dawn, and Moonstone. Okay, so Helia is going to give you ability power and ability haste, so that's going to take you to 8 total. Moonstone doesn't give you any new stats, because that's basically the same thing as Helia. And then Dawnstone gives you healing and shielding power, which is good, but that's going to just leave you at 9. So you need one other, like, weird little stat, which would either be percentage movement speed, so Aether Wisp, or a Cloth Armor, or flat mana. But you really, flat mana only builds into Frozen Heart now, so flat mana is weird, unless you get like Tier, if you're going Archangels on Sona or something. So yeah, you really need, like, most enchanters, you're going to need an Aether Wisp item to probably complete it, which is Ardent Censer or Shirelia's. Yeah. So you're going to have to get Ardent or Shirelia's in there somewhere, probably, to complete it, would be my guess. Without getting a Cloth Armor. If you get a Cloth Armor, you can still make it happen. But yeah, those are kind of the weird stats to pick up, is percentage movement speed, flat mana, and plus healing and shielding power. Very, very limited applications of those. Okay, we'll get back in there. So yeah, a lot of champs, here's kind of the sheet again. A lot of champs have a hard time getting that 10th stat and utilizing it, but enchanters can do it. You just have to have a Shirelia's or an Ardent in your build. I think Ardent's pretty good right now on a lot of enchanters, because attack speed is so much more valuable. Yeah. Percentage movement speed, it's basically just Shirelia's or Ardent. And I think Ardent's pretty legit right now, because lethal tempo's gone. And so it's a lot harder for ADCs to get, like, the amount of attack speed that they want. And so I think it's pretty valuable. Yeah, but Staff is good. You could still go Staff. You just have to get Aether Wisp. So again, you'd still be back, or a Cloth Armor. I don't know what you'd build with Cloth. Or just something else. I'm trying to think. Yeah, you can't do another magic resist item. these are all the stats that count. So basically, the ones that are highlighted in blue are what you get off of your enchanter item plus Mercury Treads. So you have to get 4 of these stats: mana, ability haste, armor, AP, heal, and movement speed. Mana is only if you're going to build Frozen Heart or Tear of the Goddess. Ability haste is easy to get on pretty much anybody. Armor, you don't want that on enchanters. So you basically have to get movement speed, heal, and AP, and ability haste. So those, like, you have to have those 4 stats, basically. Other things that count as stats really aren't for enchanters. Yeah, it's... I tried seeing if ADCs could work with it, too. It's very niche. You'd need, like... You need someone who gets Mercury Tread, so maybe Samira. And then you need, like, Zeal plus Dirk. Or Zeal plus Moat. So if you're building, like, a lethality item or just anything that has cooldown reduction or ability haste on it, then you could do Zeal plus Moat. So maybe, like, Ezreal. I haven't really played a ton of enchanters recently, so I'm not sure. I have not been impressed with Moonstone when I've run it, to be honest. I'm not sure about, and I definitely haven't played with buffed Helia. It probably depends on the champ, how often you can damage. I think on something that's consistently able to put out damage and a lot of heals, like a Sona, I'd probably rather have Helia. Moonstone, maybe on, like, Soraka, someone who does a lot of healing. I don't know, maybe on, the little boy, blanking on his name. He, you know, maybe he likes it, but I probably wouldn't do it on things that just have, like, single target shields, like Lulu, or definitely not on Lulu, because her ult doesn't even count as a heal. Melio, yeah. Sorry, look, man, I'm old. I got some brain damage. I don't know. Orianna. It sounds interesting. I could try it out at some point. I just want a couple of wins right now. But on the other account, depending on where Jason places, I could try out. Maybe after this game, I'll try out something different on the other account. Just goof around, get it a little bit lower, just to make sure I have something to play with Jason with. Hopefully we get Jason back up to Platinum. I feel like we'll be able to do that pretty soon, but... Alright, I'm gonna do Recon again, and then we'll maybe think about something else. Against Twitch, we definitely want Engage. I'm gonna try opening with W, and just Wing the wave. It's gonna leave us open to, like, level 1 all-ins, but if they don't have great all-in level 1, then that could help with push. But, like, Lulu can just walk up and... See, if this was, like, Diamond Plus and I did that, Lulu'd probably just walk up and just auto us out of lane. Just Q and auto, you know, if I don't have any spells, if I W the wave. But at this elo, I feel like we may not get punished for it. Because the big problem is people just don't respect that Rakan has a hard time hitting level 2 first. Like, you just don't have a lot of good spells to push. Unless they're playing an ADC that, like, turbo pushes. It's really good at pushing. Like Sivir, Caitlyn, or something like that early. Oh, Brad reminds you of Scott, yeah. Brad's legit, though. I don't know. Scott said he was Challenger at some point. We haven't seen Scott in a long time. He probably was. But I think a lot of Brad's stuff, even though it's off meta, like, it's pretty well grounded. And he's talking about, you know, I think Brad usually does a lot of this stuff on Smurfs. But yeah, I think a lot of high elo people like sort of messing around with different builds. And they can usually get away with it because they're just, you know, better players in general than most people, so. Um, but yeah, it's a cool little rune. You have to also kind of be able to comfortably get the rune. And I talked about this before in the video, is that a lot of times you're giving up Zombie Ward and Ulti Hunter unless you can use Glacial Augment well. So with Rakan, he's one of the few people that can really use Glacial Augment. I guess a lot of tanks can. But you either have to use Glacial Augment and get... So then you're not getting the green rune tree, the Resolve tree. You're missing out on like Aftershock or Guardian or whatever. So that you can get Jack of all trades and then still have Ulti Hunter and Zombie Ward, which I think are two of the best runes. But with enchanters, you really want Airy, typically. So you're going to have to miss Zombie Ward and either Ulti Hunter, or they did nerf the movement speed Hunter, so that's a lot worse now than it used to be. But on enchanters that are not proactively using the ult, maybe it's okay to not have Ulti Hunter. Because like with an engaged champ, you want to be using your ult almost on cooldown, unless a major objective's coming up within a minute or something. You want to be using your ult on cooldown to try to make plays. But like if you're playing Lulu or Emilio or Janna or whatever, you just kind of you want to hold it for the right situation. I guess Lulu you can use it pretty proactively, but basically you're not going to have Ulti Hunter. And then Zombie Ward is also really good, but enchanters have a harder time with vision control anyways, so you're probably not going to be able to safely clear as many wards on most enchanters as you can on like a Rakan. So it's not as much of a loss. But that is something to think about as well, is you have to actually get to Jack of all trades. The potion thing is really good for trading though. Talked about that yesterday. It's you get 40% of the healing. Well, I mean, I'm tempted to try to do like a poke type of champ, but we'll just stick with it.
Let's dance.
Like, I kind of want to do an enchanter, but I just don't like trust Caitlyn's. Yeah, you do miss Revitalize. They did change Font of Life where it's a lot worse. With enchanters, oh, it's like Brand Jungle or Mid or something. So Font doesn't interact with Ardent Censer or Staff of Flowing Water as well as it used to. So there's that. It's less opportunity cost, but Revitalize is still a very good rune on them. Yeah, exactly. $10 says Sona dies first blood. She might, but I don't know. I mean, the way the games are going, it'll probably be Caitlyn. I don't know how you even get caught and die to Sona like early, but they'll probably find a way. Probably be Ignite Sona, and then level 2 he'll get W'd by Jhin. Not flash it. No, we're gonna have positive energy here. We're gonna we're gonna win this game. We're gonna make a comeback. Really, I think one win is gonna get us back for those 2 losses, because we only lost 8 LP on the first one because it was an early, like a super early surrender. But yeah, this Time Warp Tonic gives you an extra 40%. See, it's worded really weirdly there though. I could like test this in the PvE, but from what I understand, it gives you 40% up front and you get the entire rest of the healing. So it's 40% additional healing up front on the potions, which is obviously very good. Cashback is okay, but not amazing, because you don't get refunded for boots, you don't get refunded for your support item, and usually you only complete 2 big items in a game, sometimes 3. So typically it'll give you between 300 to 500 gold over the course of a 30-minute game. They have one melee, and she's running exhaust. Yeah. What? Okay, here we go. We might want to just go Rocket here, or Abyssal Mask. If we go Rocket, we'd have to get Aether Wisp. Which we could use, like, Shirelia's is pretty good with Vi.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I choose fun.
30 seconds.
Trying to,
until
do I
minions
need all of the components of Shirelia's, or of Locket? I don't need Null Magic. So if I just do Moat, Cloth, Aether Wisp, that would give it to me. I'd have a bunch of components, which is a little weird.
Safety is boring, Riku. Let's start a fight.
AP, yeah.
Minions have spawned.
So it'd be a little odd. Or if I want to do,
Think you're above the law?
you can't do Locket Redemption.
Think you're above the law?
I've looked at that before.
Think again.
Let me show you.
As far, and get Jack of all trades. It has to be Aether Wisp. I need to not help as much with waves too. That's another problem, is if they show up first. Hopefully I don't get punked here out of this bush.
Gonna be easy.
Yeah, they're not punishing me for that W. So that's good. So far.
First blood.
Nice.
As expected.
Star nerd.
Yeah, Frozen Heart just does not seem great here.
Thank you.
Just the open queue. Oof.
I do what I want. No Star Guardian.
An enemy has been slain.
Pay attention to the trap. Brilliant.
Okay.
Look at the dream. The dream.
I don't know where Brand is. I'm a little worried about that. Just watch the scuttle.
Has been slain.
Not,
But it is less complicated.
didn't want to go up too much further.
Double kill.
Nice. Alright, well. I have to not feed here. Don't have Demolish for this build, so.
Life is way more fun if rules.
So, Mercury Treads, Locket. Oh, wow. Bro, are you serious? We better get a full amount of win for this.
A summoner has disconnected.
I mean, I literally might. I feel like I'm in silver or bronze the last 3 games. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what this is matched at. Oh, it was that the person in this game just got issued a penalty. Nice. Alright. That's positive. Well, let me swing by the restroom this game. Maybe we'll get a real game this time. Yeah, against those AP heavy teams, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to figure out how to... You can't get Abyssal Mask, I don't think, comfortably if you're getting Mercury Treads. Tabby is still going to not be great. I'll have to think about it. It's just you really want those weird stats, right? Most of the time to get to 10, it comes down to percentage movement speed, flat mana, and plus healing and shielding. Because remember, you have to have 4 of these. And if you're not building Glacial, mana's out. If you don't get Tenacity, so if you do Ninja Tabby, then Tenacity's out and Armor's out because you've already got Armor at that point. So if you try to go like Tabby, something else, I don't think there's a magic resist that has additional plus healing and shielding, right? They changed Mikhail's to where it's like health instead of magic resist now, I think. Right? Yeah. So they've like streamlined so many of the stats on these items that it's really hard to get it. So I know Shirelia's has the movement speed. Shirelia's and Ardent Sensor. It's kind of like you have to either have Frozen Heart or Ardent Sensor, really, to make and Mercury Treads to like make it work comfortably. At some point, you can get Locket first and then get Ardent Sensor or Shirelia's if you want. But you're gonna have to have Aether Wisp. If you don't go for Glacial or Ardent straight up. Basically, if you don't go Glacial, you're gonna have to have an Aether Wisp item. Just about. Or a cloth, like, I guess you could get a, like, or a cloth armor off of something. So it's like Wisp, Ardent is basically Wisp, Staff of Flowing Water is Wisp. You could go Shirelia's and Idol or Claw, so you don't have to have a Wisp there. But yeah, most of these you have to have Glacial Wisp, except for Aether Wisp. You could go Moonplate too, but that only builds into the armor movement speed item. I forgot what it was. It was like turbo nerfed. And you get ripped off on Moonplate. You pay 80 gold per percentage movement speed versus Aether Wisp, you pay 50 gold per percentage movement speed. Yeah, that is a really bad thing, is people just won't take the game seriously if you play weird shit in support. I remember seeing that in when I got donations for all kinds of weird supports years ago. Or they'll give up really quickly if you fall behind. No, they got a penalty because they left the game. So it did not kick them out. Someone on their team, I think, died twice early. I didn't even see who it was, and they just gave up. They left. And then it checked at 4 minutes. They had been gone. I think it does a check at 4 minutes, too, to see if someone's AFK. They're only allowed to be AFK for like a minute or something now. And if you do that, then you get it. It might have been the Fiora, I'm not sure. They are not believers of the Master Yi support. I'm still convinced that's the worst support in the game. I think the person who donated for that thought long and hard about what's the worst support in the game. Because he's squishy, has no CC, he's melee, like no utility, needs a ton of gold to be useful. Someone, I think it was the same person, donated for Vayne support, and that was still not great, but marginally a little bit better, because at least Vayne is ranged and you have some CC, quote unquote, with your Condemn. And at least you have true damage, so you have some amount of baseline damage. I guess Master Yi has true damage too, technically, but Master Yi is just horrible. But yeah, so if you're against an AP heavy team, what do you get if you're trying to do Jack? I mean, I guess you could just switch off of Jack and just run a more traditional Guardian build, and just go your standard Locket Redemption. It's kind of boring. I guess you could, like, even just getting 5 Jack stacks early is pretty decent, though. If you just go, like, Locket Redemption, you'd only be 1 stat short. But the problem is there's not a cheap component that has movement speed. I wish they would make, like, a 400 gold item that just gave you, like, 5% movement speed or something. Like they kind of did with Glowing Moat. But they don't. One doesn't exist. It has to either be Aether Wisp or Winged Moonplay, which are both 800 something. I guess just Jinx if the ADC is not going to play it.
Ah, come on. What's the worst that could happen?
You could also get a cloth armor. No, Locket's already going to have cloth. What are you short if you go Locket? Movement speed and plus healing and shielding. Flat mana. So if you go Locket, you don't have mana. Mana, AP, or movement speed. Or healing. There's nothing that has AP and healing on it as a baseline item, I don't think, right? It's just Forbidden Idol is the only option, which has mana regen on it, which you already get off your support item. Flat mana's out if you're not doing Tier or Glacial. So if you don't want Frozen Heart, you're already going to have Armor and Ability Haste. So really, you need 2 things out of AP, Heal, and Movement Speed. So Aether Wisp. I guess you could go Dark Seal plus Forbidden Idol. Yeah. Dark Seal, Forbidden Idol, and then just go Redemption from there. That'd be a way around Aether Wisp if you don't want Shirelia's or Ardent Sensor. I didn't think about that one. That's kind of taking an extra couple of components, but Dark Seal is really cheap. So you could go Glowing Moat, Cloth Armor, Dark Seal, Forbidden Idol. You'd have to have all of these weird ass components. I think you just have to complete Locket, and then just accept that you're just not going to complete it for a while, because that's too many components. With support, you've got to have wards, you've got to have your support item, you got to have boots. Like, you have to have all these components. I really wish they would make a control ward spot, just like they did for trinkets, that does not take up a spot in your inventory. That would be so nice. That'd be a great quality of life, especially for supports. You can actually, you know, carry components around. Because there are so many builds where you're just sitting, you know, you've got one spot open, and you've got to choose, okay, do I put like 1,000 gold item there, like a component? Or do I get a control wards? Typically the correct answer is control wards. So you have to sit on all this gold because you don't have enough inventory spots as support, because you have to carry around wards and the support item all the time. You basically have to have 2 spots dedicated to warding. Just remove the item cap. Well, you have to graphically have so many spots, right? But yeah, I mean, it is going to be capped. Like, why are there only 6 things? Games are going to end before people get more items anyways, most of the time. Like, it would just open up more creative builds. It would also allow other roles who want, you know, different components to be able to buy control wards too. Oh my god. You gotta flash, man. I was kind of running around. Did they get out?
I am bad because I'm free, and I am free because I'm bad.
Wow, if they were all there, then good for her for not immediately flashing. I would have immediately flashed. I mean, they could give 9 spots. Really, people almost never get to 6 completed items anyway, so... But I think an easier thing, it's like right below Trinket. Do you really need a recall button? Come on. Like...
Dancing between the roots.
Oh, she kind of messed up her Q there.
Perfection doesn't exist, except for my hair.
Oh my god.
Let's start a fight.
Like, people don't realize how long recon CDs are. They're extremely long early game. Fuck. How did I get interrupted? Did he punch me? Did he punch me up mid-W? Is that what happened? I'm gonna have to get glowing moat here, I guess. Because my W didn't go off, which was horrible. Yeah. So fucking dumb. I guess, like, usually he shouldn't be able to get that off, but I think I walked into melee of him and then did my W. If I knock him up there, I might kill him.
My cloak is woven.
Oh, they both have Ignite. I just realized that too.
The secrets of the galaxies. The weight of the seven.
Nice.
Darkness is
Who was that running up here? Brand? This Kai'Sa's playing really well. I just fucked up level 1. Or level 2 or whatever. That was definitely my fault. But Kai'Sa's doing pretty well. Okay.
My name, just call for the Lord of Darkness, Prince of Evil, the Emperor of Hotness.
Alright. Get this, and then... Okay, so we've got our Jack stacks here.
When Zaya and I were abandoned on a desolate planet, I realized something. I don't like being alone. Oh, and spiky space squids are the worst.
An ally has been slain.
Okay, so what do we... Yeah, this is one where we probably do want Locket. We don't need... Frozen Heart again. So what did I say? Locket plus Dark Seal. And then I've got to get the redemption item.
Amazing.
BF Sword versus Dirk. I don't know. We're not like that far ahead.
I do what I want. No Starguard can say the same.
It's... I don't... No, she's level 5. Fuck. God damn it. Missed the W. Man, I'm not playing that well tonight. As soon as I saw Brand, I guess I should have just left.
Can't kill evil, but you can wear it like a
Rampage.
Oh, nice. I got the assist on that, too. Didn't get the assist on that, but... I tried to just barely clip the blitz, hoping that I wouldn't take a tower shot, but...
Ooh, Riku, let's destroy
Kinda getting
everything they
carried by the
want and
Kai'Sa
then
right
laugh in
now.
their faces.
Okay. Collector, Kai'Sa. Alright.
Been slain.
Just going for it.
I don't apologize for doing my thing. Life is way more fun when you give up the rules.
Yeah. Kind of figured that was the case.
I do.
As expected.
Reverse hand towards me. I'm just helping it along. Sup, nerd?
Nice. That was a massive crash too.
I only believe in myself.
We're going for 3. That feels pretty greedy. No. Let's back it up. Let's back it up. So that's, but the Dragon's already down. So that'd be really bad if Dragon was up. So now they'd have Prio for Dragon, but... Alright. So I think we're just gonna go...
Stars are
An
just
ally has
sad,
been slain.
light bulbs floating
That
in
9 stacks.
revolving endless.
So I could get a Forbidden Idol.
Anyone have chocolate? I'm craving chocolate.
And get to 10 stacks. But I think it's probably better just to complete...
Shut down.
Just to go ahead and complete Locket.
Doing the right thing was boring. I'm way more fun now.
But if you're gonna get Dark Seal, obviously you want to go ahead and get that early.
Living the dream.
I guess I could have given her the gold. I kind of wanted to kill credit on the ward, but...
An ally has been slain.
Guys, just kidding themselves. I love
You're gonna overstay? No.
Has destroyed a turret.
Yeah, I don't know where Brand is. Yeah.
Ally has been slain.
I'm bad.
If I was just a little bit... I don't know. I could have flash E'd onto her. If she didn't get Caitlyn trapped, maybe. But I feel like if I flash E'd, I probably would have just died there too. Oh, this is not that slow.
Dance to the beat.
Now all I have to get is Forbidden Idol, and I've got it. Constant healing and attacking with Forbidden Idol. Yeah, I mean, it could be good. A lot of stuff's good on Terra. Damn, that dude hits.
Dancing between the rules.
Oh my god. Ugh, so annoying.
Enemy killing.
I didn't get the W knockup.
Battery doesn't exist, except for my hair. this darkness.
Well, we wanted an actual game. We're getting an actual game here.
But it is less complicated.
They're hiding.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Sometimes you agents of darkness need a break.
Brand's gonna be coming.
Your turret has been destroyed.
It's restored.
Damn it! Didn't even get an assist.
Gonna go stare in the mirror. It's daily affirmation.
I don't know. I'm kind of low. Brand's pushing mid. Probably overstay here.
Your turret
Does he have Rylai's? No.
World's gonna burn. Easy
Alright, got my jack stacks. So that was at like 16 minutes.
Straight too far.
This place will look different when we're in charge, Riku. More dark matter?
Yes!
As far as the eye can see.
And this Kai'Sa's going hard, man. No cute builds here.
An enemy is unstoppable.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to disrespect the brand like that.
Did you forget my name?
Vagar's
Just
freaking
call me
popping off too.
It's Beagle, the Emperor of... Sometimes we...
Yeah, they're gonna get that. I don't.
An ally has been slain.
Damn, this Renekton's going, man.
Used to be a square. Then I embraced the darkness. Woohoo! Fight!
Can we kill him or? Damn it. How are we? How can we not kill this guy with Camille? I guess I overforced it.
Guilty as charged.
He has 0 defensive items.
Woo! I am alive!
Man. That's rough. I guess he missed the E or didn't get it. Didn't have his ult.
Life is
He has
way more
no defensive summoners. That's disappointing. actually get it. They just have terrible back timings. They're not even going to contest. Holy shit.
Enemy killing spree.
Stare in the mirror. It's daily affirmation time.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I only believe in myself.
Okay.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I am so far past redemption, I am in the fun zone. Population.
Oh my god. This is the reminder that solo queue is not pro. Camille top.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has disconnected.
Who else? It's on our team that was like a pro-ish pick. It just got wrecked. Talia jungle. Guess Talia jungle. Talia's been more popular mid lately, but that sucked. I mean, Kaisa was like 8-0 or something in the lane. Like, we crushed that lane, even with me making a couple of mistakes. But it's just like chain feeding everywhere. I mean, I died, you know, too many times, but she was still 8-1. But it's like mid laners 0-8 or 1-8, 0-6, 0-4. It's rough. Hey, what's up, Zane? I appreciate it, man. This is kind of a rough night if you haven't been in a while. But it's good to see you again. Yeah, we can probably get out if we just killed the Vhagar. I mean, the thing is, Vhagar had stacks of Mage Eyes, and he had like at least a 500 gold shutdown. I mean, I don't know. I thought we'd kill him, but we just didn't have the damage. It was a little bit desperate. I guess I should have just waited on it. I thought she was going to be able to go in with the E and actually land the hit, and I just felt priced in because I'd already pressed my ult button, and I thought we could just power through and kill him anyways. But yeah, she didn't have her ult. She missed the E. I think she missed her W. She just didn't have any damage. And she was just behind on items anyways. Behind on items, behind on levels. Vhagar's like 2 levels up. So, yeah, it wasn't a good play. But, anyways, okay, I got to get out of here. But thank y'all very much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow, probably around 11 or 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see y'all then. Have a good one.